most people choose a last expense plan the same way they choose a vegetable, nyanya. Now, then, when the time for claim payment comes, they cry. Now, here is a simple breakdown or explanation why on how you should choose a last expense cover. Now, this is Brian. Brian is married. He has 2 kids and a wife. Then, Brian is overwhelmed by too many advertisements. Of late, amekuwa anaona advertisements nyingi sana za last expense covers from different companies, social media, pressure, all those. So, he chooses a company based on the monthly contribution. Amekuwa na benchmark, anaangalia all the other prices, anapata other last expense providers wanna charge, maybe per month they charge 380 shillings. Now, yeye amepata sasa ya cheaper one, amepata ya 200 shillings. Anaendea ya 200 shillings. But Brian haangalii other things like, number 1, Brian achek kama iko IRA licensed. Unaona? Most of the last expense covers huwa zinatoka kwa insurance companies. Kama ni insurance company, angalia kama iko licensed na Insurance Regulatory Authority. Now, apart from that, there are other upcoming welfare groups za contributions. A good example ni Cooper. I'm just using it because, yeah, because I like it. Although, like, they are not promoting this video, but I'm just mentioning their name. Now, Cooper is registered under the Register of Societies because that is not an insurance company. That is a welfare company. Unaona? Kazi ya Cooper ni, it is a welfare organization that caters for last expense covers. So, for that case, angalia kama ni a society, angalia kama iko registered under Register of Societies. Kama ni insurance company, angalia kama iko registered as a licensed provider by IRA, the regulator. Now, look at the waiting period. Most of the time unapatanga waiting period ni 4 to 6 months. Then, payout speed, angalia. That is what Brian doesn't look at. Aya. Another thing, look at the exclusions. Compare the premium versus the cover. Maybe unapata, Brian for this case, yeye amekuwa analipa hiyo 200 per month for a cover of maybe 100,000 shillings. Now, waiting period hapo utapata maybe ni 6 months. Most of the time inakuanga hivyo. Ama 4 months. Yeah, depending on the provider. Then, after that, maybe utapata Brian amelipa for 3 months. Then hakapass. Unaona amekufa prematurely. So the family is not eligible to receive a payout. Why? Because hajafikisha waiting period ya 6 months. So please consider looking at those things. Because, for example, when Brian passes on, family tataka 300,000 shillings to take care of the burial expenses. Now, hiyo pesa itatoka hapi. Yes, alikuwa na last expense cover, but kuna vitu hakukuwa ameangalia. Unaona? Yeye ameenda kwa the cheapest one instead of the right one that fits him. Enye ile time ya claim payment ikifika atalipwa. Unaona? So, for more information, please, you can follow this channel. You can also share this video with your colleagues.